dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with busy professional women to help them to attract and keep the partners that they deserve. So, the title and the train of thought around today's training, which I will be going live and have been going live every day, either Instagram, then YouTube today, Instagram, then YouTube, leading up to my free training, which is on Thursday, May the 29th, 7 p.m. Eastern. It is virtual, so that means you can be anywhere in the world, including in your car, including finishing at work, including on your lunch break, including set your alarm and wake up, and join us. And what I'll be teaching in that free training on Thursday, which is called The Partner You Deserve, I'm going to be teaching the exact strategy that I teach my coaching clients on how to attract and keep the partners that they deserve. What is the exact strategy that I teach my clients, and we're going to be doing it in an hour's time. So make sure you bring your notebook, you bring a pen, you are alert, you have your something to drink, and you are ready to take copious notes so that you can execute immediately. Apologize for a little dress down. I'm coming from the gym, and I wanted to make sure that I honored my word about going live every day. So this is the most effective way that I could do it is in the car. And so let us get right into it. Today we are talking about why you are the boss at your job, you are the boss in your business, but you are not the boss in your love life. And this can actually be taken in a couple of different ways. So I'm going to try to pinpoint in two ways that we could look at that title. We could talk about that purpose. So the first way I want to talk about it is you should be the boss of your dating experience, right? So if you are a boss in your love life, then you should be, if you are the boss in your professional life, then you should be the boss in your love life, meaning you should be taking action. You should be executing. You should be having a strategy. You should be doing something that is strategic, that is systematic, just like you do on your job. So on your job, you have a task that you have to complete for the day. You've broken it down into smaller tasks. You recognize that there is a deadline. You do what you need to do in order to get the task done, and then you reap the benefits thereafter. That is what you do as a boss. I need you to have that same train of thought in your love life. You are not letting things just go with the flow. You are not, and you've never have, right? You are not just letting things fly by night. You are strategic. You think things through. You have a plan. You take action. That's how you've done everything in life. That's what you've done for your education. Sorry, it's hot, y'all. I will roll the windows, so it's hot. This is what you've done for your education. This is what you've done for your business. This is what you've done for your career. This is what you have done in life. So seeing that you've done all of these things in your life, right, that means I need you to do the same things when it comes to your romantic life. So that's one way for us to look at this thing, right? I see, Dylan, you said, can you ask a question? You can. I don't know if I'll be able to answer it in the time that we have because our time's a little bit limited, but go ahead and drop your question, and if I have the time, then I'll be able to answer it for you. So that's one way for you to look at it. Be the boss, all right? Also, the other way for you to look at it is don't be the boss, right? So then once you are in your dating situation, you've met some people that you like, you are having phone calls, you are going out on dates, you're spending quality time, you're getting to know people. Once you have done just that, then you also need to chill. You have to fall back. I was hosting my yearly retreat. Every year I take women, single, committed, doesn't matter. These are all women who want to show up as the best version of them. These are all women who want to level up in life, which also allows them to level up in their love life, right? So I'm on the retreat. All of these women, again, busy professional women, they're doing well in their career. They have their own business, right? They're established. And one of them said, well, why can't I, this is my authentic self. Me being bossy is my authentic self. Why can't I just be that? Now, I'm going to argue that that's probably not your authentic self. I'm going to argue that that is how your family has trained you, especially if you're coming from an immigrant family, right? I would say that that's what you've had to become in order to be the success that you are. And so now you feel like that's your identity automatically. And I don't know if that's anyone's identity that they've been born with innately, even men too, right? This is not a masculine or feminine conversation. But what I would say is, how enjoyable would it be for someone to be in relationship with their boss? There's a reason why bosses and subordinates cannot be in relationship and should not be in a romantic relationship, right? There's a reason. And the reason why that is because there is an imbalance in power, and the dynamic is not natural. Therefore, it's inappropriate, and people gonna get written up. The company's gonna get sued, right? So you do not want to enter into the relationship of being the boss of anybody, because when you are the boss of people, they do not behave in their authentic selves. You don't speak to your boss or your supervisor the way you speak to your girlfriends or you speak to your guy friends, right? Your posture changes. Your tone of voice changes. The speed, the actual words that are coming out of your mouth is not the same. Your attitude is not the same. That person is not their authentic self when they're talking to their boss. So do you want to be the boss of your partner? I know I don't want to be. I want to be where this person feels safe and comfortable for them to be their authentic self, because that's who they're going to be for the rest of their lives. So I want them to be who they really are. I don't want to be in a relationship with or marry somebody who's faking the funk and not being their authentic self. You don't want to be the boss of people. I would like to think any reasonable, logical man does not want to be the boss of his woman either. He would like for his woman to take heed. He wants for his woman to respect him, and the same for a woman would want his man, her man, to also be respectful, listen, be advisable, be coachable, right? But you don't want to be the boss of your man. On top of the fact that, honestly, you're probably not going to respect him. I mean, if he is your doja and does what you tell him to do because you tell him to do it, I can't imagine that being a sexy relationship. It sounds very much like parent-child, and I'm sure you don't want that for yourself, right? Ace the Rebel says, this woman is preaching. Thank you. This is true. I had a woman who was very bossy, and it made me feel like I wasn't in a genuine relationship. I felt like a child, and I kept a lot of things from that person on an emotional level. Absolutely. It's just not a desirable relationship, all right? So to my boss chicks, to my chicks, you are an authority. This is not that you're dimming your light. This is that you are presenting another side of yourself. Just like when you go to work, you present another side of yourself. Just like when you talk to your girlfriends, you present another side of yourself. You're still authentic. It's just this version of you that's going to show up for this relationship, for this particular reason, based on your need. All right? All right, folks, this is a quick live, but as I said, I'm going live every single day. I'm alternating Instagram, YouTube, Instagram, YouTube. Today was YouTube's day. Tomorrow will be Instagram day. Make sure that you like and subscribe. And if you are a single woman who wants to be in a healthy, committed relationship, you need to be on my free training, The Partner You Deserve, this Thursday, 2 days out, 7 p.m. Eastern. The link will be in the comments and in my bio and in the description and all the places. There's no excuse for you to register and be present. I highly recommend that you're live, because I will have a Q&A so that you can ask your questions live. Any question, I am an open book around dating, around relationships, around me, around my clients, all the things. And worst case scenario, if you absolutely can't make it live, still register anyway, and I'll send you the recording that night. All right, folks, it's been a pleasure. Make sure you check out all the content here, register for the training, like and subscribe. It is free. There's no reason why you shouldn't. All right, have a good one.